Hello.
Hey, Coach. Initial thoughts after the victory. Obviously, a very loud locker room right now.
Yeah, really hard fought game. When you go back and forth like that against a really good football team, it's very exciting to come out on the right side. And, really proud of the guys. In the first half, it wasn't going so well. I thought our defense did a nice job of making some adjustments in the second half. Their quarterback is really good, really hurt us with his legs tonight. And their running back's really good as well. And, I thought our offensive line played really well to protect Jake like they did all night long. That's a really good defense, one of the top in the country in sacks, and so I thought they did a really nice job. But playing all four quarters, that's what it takes against really good football teams, especially on the road on a short week.
And you mentioned the defense's performance, obviously stepping it up in the second half. What did you see from some of the key guys there?
Well, I thought we made some, Coach Coyle and the staff did a nice job of moving the defensive line a little bit more, um, and stopping the run, really, except for the long one on 4th and 1. That hurt. But for the most part, I thought we handled the run in the second half pretty well. But the quarterback was the one that really hurt us. I don't know how many yards he had rushing, but he must, how many? Yeah, it says 60, but felt like more than that.
And just your thoughts on Jake's performance tonight, a complete game from him overall.
Yeah, no turnovers. Thought he did what he needed to do. Missed a ball or two, had a couple drops, but for the most part, he put some balls right where they needed to be. And it's nice when he's back there because he's got such a command of the offense and goes to the right place with the ball. And the receivers played really well, I thought.
And when preparing for their offense and their quarterback, did you expect him to scramble and run as much as he did tonight?
Yeah, we knew that he could do that. He's not the dynamic guy that's going to run for 80-yard runs, but he's very effective when he pulls it down. And I didn't think we did an excellent job of tackling, but I think you have to give them credit too. He was probably more athletic than we gave him credit for because he stepped out of a lot of tackles. But that's an excellent football team over there. They really are. They have everybody back now. They're healthy, and that's an excellent football team. So that was a big win for us tonight.
Coach, they really controlled the time of possession in the first half. It really flipped in the third quarter. How important was that to pull that off?
Yeah, because the first quarter, I think we had the ball one time maybe, and I think we got it the second time when there was about a minute 10 left in the first quarter. I think the time of possession was 20-9 or something in the first half, but the offense, we weren't really getting slowed down, but we needed to be on the field. And so thankfully, in the second half, the defense got some stops and let the offense get back on the field. And I don't think we punted tonight. I thought we did a really nice job of moving the ball. I thought Coach Moore did a really nice job of calling the game with taking some shots sometimes, but staying with a controlled passing game to limit their pass rush.
2 4th-down attempts and a fake punt. Just what went into some of the aggressiveness on the decisions today?
Yeah, felt like we could get that, and we were out there toward midfield, and we'd been working on that through the week, and felt like we could get up in there, and they were in safe punt return, and so felt like we could get a yard. I didn't know if it was 2 yards. I think it was more like a yard, but that was well executed, and we needed it at the time.
They also went for 3 4th-downs. They also didn't punt very much. They kicked 4 field goals. Just seemed like every drive something critical was happening. Just could you speak to the resiliency of your team to pull through after 16
Yeah,
minutes?
our defense does that a lot. It's getting down in there and making them settle for field goals is really big. And we did that again tonight. And, in the end, with close football games, those things make a big difference, when you can keep them out of the end zone. All right, thank you.
Which one? This middle one? Don't fall.
Jake, as a leader of this team, how do you keep these guys locked in and focused and not stressing at all towards the end in these close games and these comeback victories?
I mean, it just comes down to preparation. I've been telling you guys this for the last couple weeks, and I think when you're prepared, anything that's thrown at you is expected. And I think the O-line and the receivers and Mimsy and Malik, those guys all did a really good job tonight. And it helps when I got a lot of explosive dudes around me to make plays. So.
Another 300-plus yard game for you, pretty much a complete game. What are your thoughts on your O-line really stepping it up? How did you see them prepare personally this week?
No, I mean, we were talking all week. They had a really good front seven, and they were going to try to do some things, games up front and different things to try to make me uncomfortable. And I thought we did a really good job with the play calling, getting empty and getting an even front most of the time, and really only allowing them to rush four. And when they played man and brought a fifth guy, we made them pay. And a couple times they played zero, and I got the ball out of my hand, and just really tried to exploit them that way. So, it's hard to cover 5-6 receivers when they're on the field, 5 guys when they're on the field, and we're explosive in that room, so it's easy to get them the ball.
And just your defense tonight, just talk about their performance overall and having a guy like Evan lead this defense, and it's clear he never slowed down as this game went on.
Yeah, I mean, obviously me and Evan are captains on this team, and we put a lot of effort into this, and we care a lot about this sport and a lot about this program. Yeah, right. Hell yeah, baby. So just throughout the rehab process, me and him were always side by side and just told each other when we come back, we got to really get these guys rolling, and shout out to the guys for holding it down and getting us in a position to have this West Division lead and really play critical games in November. So I was proud of the way Evan came back, man, fought on defense all night. They had the ball a long time. Those guys were tired on defense, and they stepped up and made enough plays for us and got the win.
Yeah, Jake, you guys scored on 2 of your first 3 possessions, but it was already halftime and you're trailing. Just how do you keep from panicking at that point?
I don't think it's panic. I just think you got to stay with it, stay positive, stay patient. And, I think the same goes with, the course of a football game. When your shots are there, you're going to take them and take advantage of them. And, when they're playing coverage, playing zone, you got to be able to run the ball and be able to take the underneath shots. And, when the big balls are, there, you got to go get them.
Is it hard at all to stay and keep or even start getting into a rhythm when you don't have the ball very often?
I was just talking to Kirby about what stuff was going to be good for us, and my thumb actually started cramping really bad in the third quarter, and we were working on it in between each drive, so I was trying to deal with that. I don't know what the deal is, why my thumb was cramping, but out of all things, it's probably not the best to have start cramping up on you, but got through it and made the plays when we had to.
And not just Jalen's big plays, but even drawing the penalties. It seems like the move to outside is really showing to pay off here the last couple of weeks. What's working well there?
I mean, I just think Jalen's a really good player, and wherever he's going to play, he's going to get the ball, and he's going to be explosive. And I think he's shown that, throughout his career here. And you just got to be able to get 5 the ball. And, I got to have enough time to be able to step back there and throw the ball down the field to him. And he made some really good plays tonight and helped me out, and, vice versa. So I just think we got to stay positive, stay one game at a time, and we're on to Nevada now. They're in the way. We got to get through them. Thank you. I got the middle one.
I know, big thumb cramp guy.
Evan, leading the team in tackles tonight, just what was your mindset throughout the game, staying locked in, staying focused, in such a back-and-forth game with these guys?
Yeah, I mean, football is just one of those games. I mean, today was just one of those games where, you kind of just got to roll with the punches. They're going to keep throwing. We're going to keep throwing. Offense did a great job of just keeping us in the game. And, I think just the message was just stay consistent, keep going. Regardless of the adversity, regardless of the play, we just got to dump it, and then it's the next play because can't do anything about they're going to make plays. They're on scholarship too. They got great guys. So, we just handled that adversity and, just kept saying next drive, be the one to make that play. And, guys stepped up at the end of the game, and we were just able to get it done.
Did you guys expect their quarterback to be able to run so fast and escape tackles and be running around all over that field?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking for him after the game just to say, I mean, he's an incredible athlete. I mean, did we expect it? We knew he was an athlete. We knew what he brought to the table. It's a little different when you're on the field with him, and I don't know. He looks like a big target, but he's slippery. I mean, I came off the edge clean on one of them, and I didn't think he saw me, and he gave me a made me look a little dumb. But no, I mean, it was in our game plan. We just got to do a better job keeping him in the cage, not letting him break the pocket. But you know, that's for another day, and we'll just look at this film, improve upon it, and I mean, he did a great job extending plays and making plays with his feet and just making things happen. So just shout out to him, and definitely gave us some challenges.
5th straight win for you guys atop the West Division. What does it feel like right now?
I mean, win is a win. Win at all costs. I mean, that's kind of our motto. You know, some of them aren't going to be pretty, and you kind of just gotta deal with that and grind games like these out. You know, they came out with a lot of firepower early in the game. You could tell on their sideline they were juiced up, ready for this matchup, and I mean, we just had to roll with the punches, as I said. You know, they came out hot and just had to weather the storm. You know, O did a great job of keeping us in the game. We know Jake is capable of making a play. You know, any drive, you give him the ball, he's going to make something happen just with the playmakers we got on offense. So, man, it's a little unreal just to, I mean, pull it out at the end like that. But it just feels great. You know, the guys in the locker room, we just love a win at the end of the day and going on to next week.
Evan, could you talk about the series of unconventional 4th downs they go for? One, I mean, looked very costly. The next one, a few plays later, seals the game essentially.
Yeah.
What was that series like for you?
Man, yeah, they were definitely aggressive on offense. Yeah, going for it in those 4th down, 3rd and longs, they converted too many against our defense. I mean, it's a big testament to, I mean, their quarterback just extending the plays. I mean, he made things happen all night long. But, you know, we were just able to fight, honestly. And coming that second 4th down, I mean, the first 4th down, you just broke. I didn't even see him from the backside. I thought it was going to be, you know, coming out slow out of the hole. I was on the backside one and thought he was going to be coming out slow, and nobody touched him, and he came out clean. And, you know, just for the guys to see something like that and just roll with the punches, say, you know, that play doesn't matter anymore. Just throw it behind you. It's just a big testament to the resilience of our team and just being able to come out on that second, 4th down. And I actually had a conversation with Mo right before that play because we were both coming off the edge, and I kind of wanted to come inside of him just to be the first one to the ball, come flat. We kind of just had a conversation going back and forth. I was like, you want it? He's like, I don't know. Do you want it? I was like, no, you got it. I trust you to make this play. He came flat. I came on top, and you know, he got his legs. I got a little piece of him too, and we were able to stop him. So, yeah, just the resilience of D-line, you know, holding their gaps, being gap sound at the end of the game, and especially after being on the field for, you know, those long drives, 12, 15 plays where they're running the ball down the field to come back and make that stop. It was huge.
This was your second time here, but the first time the Red Wave has truly gotten to come here in full force.
Oh, yeah.
What can you say about the game atmosphere and the crowd that traveled?
I mean, that was awesome. It almost felt like a home game. You know, the score or the scoreboard is telling them to make some noise, and you can't really hear it because, you know, most of the fans are from Fresno traveling, and so just to have that type of support, you know, from Fresno and just that community at our backs, regardless of where we go. You know, they travel in numbers, and it's honestly crazy. I mean, Vegas is a little while from Fresno, so that I know that travel wasn't too easy, but to have the numbers we did, I mean, it's huge for us. Just knowing we have that support on the field. Awesome. Ooh.
everybody doing? Good dub, good dub.
Jalen, leading the team in receiving yards tonight, did you go into this game knowing that it was going to be a big one for you?
I think the Coach Kirby had a great game plan going into this week. We knew they were going to come out with firepower. We knew that their DBs were going to be a challenge for us. They're probably one of the best group of DBs that we've seen since Oregon State. So just going into the week with the game plan, I think being able to just trust it, trust Jake, trust the O-line, and the plays called. When you call your number, you got to make the plays. I dropped that first ball on the first drive, and I told Jake, I got you. And after that, you just seen him knowing that the trust that me and him have, the friendship that me and him have. I think that's definitely something that speaks very highly of us.
Is this a team that you're going to just connect with? Obviously, last year, getting 4 touchdowns with Jake against UNLV. What did that second one feel like tonight? It seems like you really celebrated sprinting past the end zone and enjoying it.
It definitely felt good. I think just scoring touchdowns in general feels good. Being able to have Jake back out here these last couple games definitely means a lot to the offense. I think Coach Kirby is feeling more. He's not really hesitant when he wants to call certain passes. And just knowing that, we have the playmakers on the outside to make plays and in the backfield. We have 2 good running backs in Jordan and Malik. And I feel like, everything that we've been doing as an offense, game plan wise, just running certain plays. And I think that, everything is clicking right now. And I think that's definitely something that we missed for a couple games. But, it's definitely something where, it's never too late. And being able to sit on top of the West Division, it definitely means a lot because that's definitely something that we went on I think 3 or 4 game losing streak, and I think that's one of the biggest messages Coach Teffer had told us. He was just saying that we have everything that we want in front of us, and I think that really sticks with everybody on the team.
You say this offense is clicking right now. Do you credit that to the preparation and the O-line really stepping things up these last few weeks?
I would say definitely the preparation. I think, we had a short week this week, playing on Friday. I think, the preparation that we had, and the coaches, the plan that the coaches had, being able to get our legs back under us after, a good game in Hawaii. And then, to have a quick turnaround and play against UNLV, a good team. I think that's definitely something that, plays a big part in our preparation. It started on Sunday, what we had, and, everything leading up to now, it all paid off.
Jalen, what's been the key the last couple of weeks to kind of unlocking the deep threat and even forcing some penalties on those types of passes?
I think it starts with the O-line. They're doing a heck of a job protecting Jake up front. I don't know the number on the sacks, but he's not really getting sacked. And I mean today, he got sacked the first play, and ever since then, they're just clicking as a group. Early on we had a couple of injuries, but being able to see them click, just seeing them in practice, everything they're doing with Coach T, I think I'll give a lot of credit to them. Just battling through injuries, nicks and bruises here and there, and just seeing that everything they're able to do. I think that's really where it starts from, and I think that's giving a lot of hope, to Coach Moore when he wants to call deep passes.
How much did the red wave mean to you guys out there today?
Man, it meant a lot. I definitely can see that red wave travels very good, but it's Vegas, so that's definitely one of the things why they wanted to come out here. But just seeing the crowd roar when we score. I think when we first came out, we started hearing boos, and then you heard the roar, from all the fans. So I think that definitely speaks a lot to the fans. I think that it helps us. It gives us a little bit more juice, a little bit more momentum going into the game and during the game.
Do you have quite a bit of family here today?
Yeah, a lot. I can't even tell you the number. But that's definitely why I chose to stay here too. Was to be able to have my family in the stands. After good games like this, I'm able to go talk to them, see the smiles on their faces, and that's definitely means a lot to me.
Did you guys happen to cross paths with any particular Raiders while you were here in Vegas today or this week?
No, I didn't. But you know, there's always Raider fans all over the place. You know, being from Parler, you know, that's something that, you know, I was always in school with Raider fans. So I think that's definitely something that, you know, in Fresno there's a lot of Raider fans, but you know, I'm a Cowboy fan, so I don't really pay attention to Raiders. Thank you guys.